What's up, people? Welcome back to another episode of Sports and Superhero. I am one of your hosts, Sammy. I do the superhero portion of the show, and this is my co-host Marcus. He does the sports part. Say what's up, Marcus.
What's up, people? We got a jam-packed show here today. I don't know about you, but I got some stories to talk about, and they're all two of them are kind of long.
Okay, I got a little bit of stuff. I got a decent amount of stuff, but I also got some stuff for the comments that I missed out on one of our TikToks. It went
Right?
crazy. It went crazy. Marcus saw it. He was gonna jump in, but he was like, "No, that savvy stuff. I'm gonna let him handle it." But I'm gonna jump in there eventually. But we are gonna talk about some of that stuff today as well. But for those that don't know, this is the podcast where we talk about sports and superhero entertainment news from the past week. Yes, we talk about it, give our opinions on it, have a little fun. Two guys that like two different things coming together and talking about it for your enjoyment and for our enjoyment too, because we love doing this. But before we get into that, you can always find us on all our social medias down below. Go hit those buttons, hit those subscribes, likes, follows, all those good stuff. Repost, share it to a couple friends and a couple enemies if you have them. But also, if you would like to be on the podcast, by leaving a voice message. There's a link down below. You can leave a voice message, give us a sports, superhero, or anything kind of question. And if it's not too weird, we'll probably answer it and you'll get the chance to be on the podcast. But with that all out the way, since we got such a jam-packed show, let's just jump right into it. Marcus, go ahead and hit him with that first sports story.
Oh man, yeah. I'm starting off with some sad stuff. So we're going to. I don't know if you heard about this over the weekend or late last week. About Kyren Lacy, the kid that was a wide receiver at LSU.
I think I've seen something about it.
Okay, so there was new footage that came out by Kyren Lacy's attorney. Uh, Appears to contradict initial findings that led to a negligent homicide charges against him in a fatal December 2024 crash. The footage allegedly shows Lacy's car behind the vehicles involved not causing the accident. Lacy's attorney claims investigators misrepresented his client's involvement and calls for a review of the case. Security camera footage shows Lacy's vehicle roughly 70 yards behind the other cars at the time of the crash. Body camera video of a Louisiana State Police trooper instructing a witness on what to include in a written statement to implicate Kyren Lacy, even though the witness said that's not what happened, it was the one who caused it. Officers turned off their body cams before a statement was written. So that was kind of a summary, but now I'm going to go a little deeper into the story.
Mm-hmm.
So Lacy faced charges of negligent homicide, felony hit and run, and reckless operation of a vehicle in the connection of a December 17th, 2024 crash in Louisiana. Investigators alleged that as Lacy attempted to pass several vehicles illegally, a pickup truck swerved to avoid him, causing a chain reaction collision that killed one and injured two others. Kyren's lawyer said, "We know from data that Kyren Lacy did not, in fact, pass four cars. There's no disrupting that. Farther north, Kyren Lacy's car. What? Farther north, Kyren Lacy passed four cars. However, he was back in the lane of travel 92.3 yards back in his lane behind the car occupying the man killed in the crash." So they were saying he did pass four cars, but when the crash happened, he was
nowhere near it.
yeah, he was
Which is wild that they still were trying to prosecute this man, even though his car didn't. So what they didn't say he caused the crash. They were trying to say that his actions made other people crash.
Yep.
Even though that
Yep.
crash happened like yards above in front of him before he was even there.
So it also says he's 72.6 yards behind the vehicles at the time of impact. Keyword behind the vehicles. That is not
Mm-hmm.
how the story was ever painted. Never. That's what his attorney said. According to reports, police alleged Lacy crossed a center lane in an attempt to pass slower vehicles, which caused a pickup truck driver to brake and swerve to avoid Lacy's car. Another vehicle then allegedly swerved to avoid the pickup and crossed the center line, crashing head on with a vehicle containing Herman Hall. Hall later died at a hospital. The video depicts an SUV colliding head on with another vehicle. Part of the collision is obscured by a parked vehicle, with a vehicle behind the SUV coming to a stop nearly 4 seconds later. A car identified as the one driven by Lacy. Um, then on the night of April 12th, 2 days ahead of his scheduled grand jury appearance, Lacy led authorities on a pursuit before crashing in Spring, Texas. When deputies removed Lacy from the car to take him into custody, they found him with a gunshot wound and he was pronounced dead at the scene.
Mm. So yeah, I saw this. I saw his attorney talk about the video, and yeah, you can't say this man caused this crash when the crash happened 70 feet in front of him before he even got there. You can't say he was reckless driving that caused this accident that happened to people well in front of him. That's not his fault. And they railroaded him. They clearly, I seen something about one of the cops made a witness claim it was him
Yeah.
and false
So when I
a report.
so when I said it earlier, there was a state trooper that said, put that in, write that down, put that in your statement that it was Lacy that caused the crash, and then the witness says that's not what happened. That woman caused the crash. So
Hmm.
then they said then the
Like,
body cam, then the body cam got turned off after that, before the statement was written. So
and like, why are you doing it this man that you don't know? Why are you going above and beyond to try to get him convicted of something he didn't do? Like that just spells hatred in your heart for this person. We don't know if it's racially motivated or you bet on a game he played in and he made you lose money or what the situation was, but that was you overstepping your authority and breaking the law, which led this man to do what he did. So you should be charged for that as well. But we'll see if that officer gets charged. They brought him
probably
up
not.
on no charges, have you? Okay,
No, no, no. He's
not as
not going to
yet.
be.
So yeah,
He's not going to
that's
be brought up on any charges. Like
that's so upsetting. Uh,
we both know that. So
it's so upsetting for this man to put in the work he did. I guess he was bound for the NFL. Like he
yep.
was going to make it. He had a good chance of getting drafted, and now that's taken away from him because of some. I don't want to say racist cop because we don't know 100% why he chose to lie about this crash and whatnot. But it was taken away from somebody that was supposed to be upholding the law. It is very disappointing and very sad.
Yeah, because it sounds like he was driving reckless, passing cars illegally, and probably on a two lane street. But like the accident, how it happened, he's behind it. Like if he was in front of the accident, and then they said, knowing that he was passing cars illegally, then fine, I can see how you can say it caused a crash. But he was behind it, like
Hmm.
92 yards behind the crash that happened, and he pulled up to it. So,
I
yeah,
mean, yeah,
that's
there's a woman that did cause the crash and y'all not looking for her. Like she actually caused a crash. She actually caused someone to lose their life. She should be prosecuted for that. Also, this cop should be prosecuted for his part in what he did that caused a different life. Like
Yeah, but
two
yeah,
wrongs don't make a right, but Jesus.
mhm.
Mm.
Very unfortunate.
But
Very unfortunate for all around and all of those who was involved in that.
very much so. Prayers goes out to both these victims' families.
Hmm.
Um, I know that's not what you guys want. You want justice. I'm pretty sure both families want justice for their loved ones, but hopefully that does come to pass. It's more than unlikely, but with new evidence, hopefully that changes things. We just need the justice system to actually do what the justice system is supposed to be and actually be blind of color and blind of jobs and blind of how rich somebody is.
I was
100%.
going. I was going to say. I always said, court justice system is not for poor people.
Very true.
It's for the rich. If you have money and you're going to court over something, it's a good chance you go home or you spend little to no time.
Yeah,
If you're poor, yeah, it's a wrap. Like just tell your family bye before you go to court because your ass going to jail.
very
But
true. We just seen somebody that take that is not going to serve as much time as people thought he was because
yeah,
he got money. So,
okay.
uh, but yeah, like I said, prayers to their families and hope for the best. So let's hit let's a little lighter story. So we have news about Spider-Man Tom Holland. As we reported, I think maybe 2 weeks ago, he got hurt on set. There was a lot of reports saying how severe the injury was and that he was in bed for like probably going to be in the bed for a month or two. It was a severe concussion or almost broken bone. His dad has come out and said it was nowhere near that bad. Nowhere near that bad. That he did go to the hospital, but he left that same day he got took into the hospital. It was a mild concussion. There was no ambulance on set. He's fine. He has to rest for a week or so, and he should be up and running. But it wasn't anywhere as severe as other people have said. That's his dad. I don't know if his dad is just trying to help with the news and not get too much out there, but we still haven't heard from Tom Holland. Hopefully, in the next few days, he'll give us something, let us know that he's okay, and we'll see when um, Spider-Man: Brand New Day will continue filming. There is still so many rumors of what people should expect in this movie from different cast members. We thought at one point we were going to have um, Mr. Negative. There's still a chance Mr. Negative might be in this movie. We have a definite green light for Tombstone and a pretty green light for Scorpion. We know they will be in there. Now we have somebody else recently got cast to no, I think it was Tombstone. But we're really I am 100% on board with this movie. Super excited for it. The web slinging we saw earlier looked amazing, so I can't wait to see that. But Marvel does have one more property coming out this year, and it's Wonder Man. Wonder Man is a TV series that will be released on Disney Plus, and Ya Abdul Mati the second. I think I might have got your name right, bro. And if I didn't, I apologize. You're an amazing actor. And I will sit down one of these days and fully learn your name. I will listen to interviews with you saying it. But yes, he put a post on his Instagram of a Wonder Man hat, letting people know Wonder Man is coming and approaching. Hopefully, we should be getting a full trailer for that show very soon. I would say in the next maybe 2 3 weeks we should have it because the show is supposed to be coming out December. So I think they're going to roll it out and start giving. I think it's coming out early December actually too. But yeah, if you don't know Wonder Man, he is a Marvel comic book character who shares history with Wanda and Vision. So we're expecting to see either Vision or Wanda or someone from that camp in this show, some way, somehow. But I know they're going to take Wonder Man in a slightly different direction than his comic book origins. So that's going to be interesting to see what they come up with and exciting as well. So we will have to wait and see what happens with that. But yeah, that is if you're that will be Marvel's last project for 2025, ending on Wonder Man. This year, their movies didn't do so hot. Collectively, they had three movies, and I think they grossed who almost $1 billion with all three of their movies combined. Fantastic Four did like 400 to 500,000. Captain America, Brand New Day did close to I think 35 to 400,000, 400 million, and Thunderbolts did 300 to 350 million. So I think they just hit $1 billion with all of them together this year. Not the best year for Marvel, not the best year for their movies, but hey, they plan to come back with a big bang next year with Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday, and the year after that, Avengers Secret War. And Spider Man's going to be out next year too. So hopefully that's going to be a rebound year for them. And I think this will be going into phase six. I think because I think we're in phase five right now. I get confused. I get confused with the phases. But yeah, let us know in comments. Are you going to be watching Wonder Man? We'll probably be talking about it. We probably won't do as deep of a dive, depending on how good the show is. But I don't think they're going to release all the episodes at once. I think it's going to be a week to week release, but that could change. We'll have to see. But yeah, that's that story.
All right. Well, doesn't get any better on my side.
Jesus, Marcus.
Sorry.
I understand. It's the news. Sometimes the news is sad.
Yeah. Well, now we're going to talk about Mark Sanchez. You know who Mark Sanchez is?
I've heard the name a lot. Was he? Did he used to be the Jets quarterback?
Yes, and he's famous for the butt fumble.
Okay, that's okay. I thought that's who it was, but I wasn't 100% sure. Okay,
Yeah. Ran to his offensive line and fumbled the ball. Yeah, that guy.
yeah.
Well, serious Marcus is some in a lot of trouble right now.
Okay.
So Mark Sanchez is facing a felony charge for his role in an altercation in Indiana
Mm.
this past Saturday. The prosecutor said Monday that further investigation by police led to more severe charges. Sanchez had initially been charged with three misdemeanors as part of the incident. He now faces a charge of a felony battery involving serious bodily injury, which carries a
Mm.
maximum sentence of between 1 and 6 years in prison. Uh, the dispute started between Sanchez and a 69-year-old truck driver over a parking space. Terry Pohl, a 69-year-old man involved in the incident, filed a lawsuit against Sanchez and Fox Corporation on Monday. Toll and his attorneys uh, aligned civil counts of assault, battery, and negligence hiring, retention, and supervision. The lawsuit does not seek a specific amount of damages, rather, it asks for the amount be awarded to be determined at trial. So I'm just give you a little more backstory on the incident in itself, like kind of just let you know what happened.
Okay.
So Sanchez was in Indianapolis to work as an analyst on Fox Sports broadcast of the Indianapolis Colts game against the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday. Reports came out that Sanchez was taken to a local hospital in critical condition in the early hours of Saturday morning. Fox Sports reported Saturday afternoon that Sanchez was in stable condition. But according to a new affidavit filed Monday, Sanchez was running in an alley near the Indianapolis Marriott downtown when he approached a 69-year-old man. Toll works for a company that exchanges commercial frying oil and was parking at a loading dock area of a hotel. Told the detective that Sanchez, who he did not recognize, smelled of alcohol and was slurring his speech. He also said that Sanchez had climbed up into the cab of the truck despite Toll insisting he should not enter. The footage reviewed by detectives shows Sanchez grabbing Toll, throwing him up against a wall. Toll told detectives that he pepper sprayed Sanchez, and when Sanchez continued to advance towards him, Toll pulled out his knife and struck Sanchez several times. Toll was quoted saying, "This guy's trying to kill me." Toll told police he took out his knife and stabbed Sanchez 2 or 3 times and then fell into the dumpster and some pallets that were on the ground. He said he felt he was in a life or death situation as Sanchez was on top of him before eventually getting back to his feet. The lawsuit states that the truck driver was bleeding profusely and severely injured after the incident. The suit adds that Toll suffered permanent disfigurement, loss of function, and other physical injuries, emotional distress, and other damages. Sanchez later told detectives that he could barely remember anything from the incident and that he did not know who it involved or where it happened. Among the initial misdemeanor charges filed against Sanchez was public intoxication. So it sounds like Mark got pretty lit at the hotel,
Super lit.
ran in the alleys, saw a man doing his job, and attacked him.
Yeah, this man got super lit and then went on a wild anger spree and got stabbed up. Ugh.
I think Mark Sanchez he's 38, and the truck driver is 69. So
Yeah, I get why he used a knife, dude.
yeah, he's 69,
Middle
is
night,
38 year
man
old
attacking
man.
you. Yeah,
Yeah, who
I don't
also
blame
turns
you,
out
my
to
guy.
be a former NFL player. So yeah, Mark
Mm.
is in some trouble. But like we just said last story, he has money. So
He has some money.
yeah. So, because like I said, I think it said he's facing up 1 to 6 years in prison for with the charges if he's found guilty on the charges between 1 and 6 years in prison. There's no way he's serving 6 years, in my opinion.
Yo,
I'm no attorney. There's no way he's serving 6, 5, or 4 years in prison.
no.
Maybe 3, and I think that's pushing it. I'm guessing a year of probation, probably 1 year and then a year of probation is
It
what I'm
depends
guessing.
on if he has a record already, a record
I
of
know,
intoxicating and doing incidents of being drunk and doing stuff. If he
yeah,
doesn't have a record already and this is his first offense, I can see them going lenient on him.
yeah, he's gonna get a year in probation, and then he's gonna have to pay. He's gonna have to pay out some money. That's what
I
I
think
think
this
is
man
gonna
is
happen.
just happy he's alive because how many times you say he got stabbed?
Sanchez got stabbed 2 or 3 times.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
because this could have been a lot worse. That man could have put you down. Well, only 6 men was carrying you. So,
yeah. Either way, like for
yeah,
the truck driver as well. Like I said, truck driver is
true.
69.
Yeah,
So.
You just push that man the wrong way, he fall the wrong way. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Just
hey,
keep
if you
your
go
hands to yourself, people. Jesus.
and if you go drink, like drink responsibly. Like
It's over a parking spot. Where's your peoples at? You out here by yourself, Sanchez? Like, come
yeah,
on. Mm, mm, that's wild. Um, well, speaking of stabbing, uh, Gen V episode 6 came out and there was some stabbing in it. Yes. As you know, we left you with the last episode, episode 5. Side note, the woman I was trying to remember was Sister Sage. She was in episode 5. She's the smartest woman on the planet. That's her Gen V. Her power is her brain. Her brain is super smart. Her name is Sister Stage. I forgot it last week. I remembered it. Just had to let you know. But in this episode, we continue with the gang as they're trying to escape from Amira. Um, and at the end of the episode, we saw Marie bring her sister back to life. Yes, that was shocking in itself. We saw her bring her sister back to life. Her sister was dead. They said she had no pulse, and Marie used her powers to bring her back to life. This is what Cypher's been trying to train her to be able to do, to really use her powers, go above and beyond what she thought she could do, and become one of the strongest soups in the world. Right now, she is the strongest soup in the world. Well, the most powerful soup in the world. Like Homelander clearly can rip her head off, but she's the most powerful soup in the world with that ability. That's unmatched by a lot of other people. Like, yes, a lot of people can kill people. Not a lot of people can bring people back to life. That's unheard of, I think, in the soup world, in Gen V world, in the boys world. But they do escape, and the way they escape, they find out Marie's sister, Annabelle, has powers. She has dang it, what did they call it? Premonition, kind of premonition. So she can see when something's about to happen, but she can't always control it. And she leads them to a certain point in Elmira for Sam that they didn't know Sam was coming, but Sam came and helped. He busted through the wall and they were able to escape that way. So they're on the run right now, all of them. And Marie is with her sister, but her sister's freaking out. And I get it. Her sister is still upset with her for killing their parents. I totally understand why you would be upset about that. But you have to realize that was an accident. That was out of my control. That was me, my powers manifesting at a time and I didn't know how to use them. That's what happened. Also, the reason we have these powers is because our parents chose to do this. Whether they loved us or didn't love us, whether they were doing it for the money, they still chose to do this and put this drug into me, into both of us, and will gave us powers. So not 100% our fault, but I get it. That's still your parents, and that visual of seeing your parents dead because of what your sister do, that's locked in there. That's gonna be burned in you, and you're gonna have that forever. So Marie is trying to tell her sister, like, "Hey, I'm here for you. I'll make sure you're good. I want to just protect you. All I want to do is make sure you're safe." And her sister's like, "Get away from me. Leave me alone." And the whole group was like, "Where are we going now? Let's go to Canada." And she's like, "I'm not going to Canada with you strangers." Hilarious moment in the show. Hilarious. But then Emma's like, "We're not going to another country. It's Canada." Hilarious. But they end up figuring like whatever we do, we need to go find food and do this and try to contact. I think I'm pronouncing his name weird. Parallel, I think his name is. What's the name's dad, who has been at the school now as a professor, so he could probably help us. Um, we see Cipher cleaning up who he says is his dad. He's working. He gets the message that they escape. Um, I have a theory about Cipher. I think, as we know now, that that person is that he said is his dad is Thomas Godokin. I think that's, yeah, Thomas Godokin. I think Godokin has the powers and he's controlling Cipher. I don't think Cypher, because Marie said Cypher didn't have V in his blood. I think Thomas is controlling Cypher, and he's doing everything through Cypher. I think that's what's going on. I could be wrong. That's my theory. We'll see at the end. We'll see what happens. But Cypher ends up smacking Godolkin after he finds out that the kids escape, and it's like, just give me Marie. Everybody else can die. And um, he goes back to stretching his leg out because he's immobile, so he's making sure he moves around so you don't get, what's that thing when you lay in bed too long, bed bugs, and your muscles get atrophy. Atrophy. Look at me pulling out that big word. Whew.
You just had to talk it out, say it out loud.
I did. Oh, no. But then they end up figuring to call one of Emma's friends to try to get in touch with Parallel, and Cypher is at Parallel's house, and he takes control of his body and makes it sound like he's talking to them. So he finds out where they are, and he sends a Viking dude to go get them. And of course, the Viking dude is super strong. He's fighting Sam, but Sam's not winning. The Viking dude has actually experience fighting. Sam is just crazy and super strong. He doesn't have experience. The Viking dude is strong too. But in the end of the fight, before, like, Viking dude's about to win, and who comes? Stan Edgar. Yes, the ex CEO of Vought finds Marie because he knows about Marie. He knows about Odessa, and he wants to get Marie on his team. And he uses Zoe Newman, the daughter of Victoria Newman. She has those squid powers. She messes Viking up, rips his head off, bloody mess. And then she just talking to him all calm, like, all right, hi guys, how are you doing? I'm Zoe. And they're like, you're drenched in blood, little girl. This is weird. But Stan takes them into his bunker. That's where Stan lets them know everything was going on, which hints into the title of this show is Cooking Lesson. Of this episode is Cooking Lesson. He's cooking while he's telling them the backstory of the Tolkien, the Odessa Project, and who knows who Marie is, and that Marie and Homelanders are the only two people that live through the Odessa Project, and that they're kind of the same. And Marie's like, I'm nothing like him. He's like, no, you just are from the same project. You're nothing like him because Homelander is a psychopath. I wouldn't have you come down here if I thought you were a psychopath. So she learns that she is the one thing that could probably stop Homelander. But Stan Edgar has some. He has some. I won't say evil, but he has his own little plan for her to an extent. He clearly wants to use her for something. He's just being nicer about it, but he still wants to use her, and he still wants to get Vault back and be in charge of Vault. So he has his own intentions. As of right now, they're kind of good, but they could be bad in the end. But then you have Sam and Emma trying to rekindle their little romance. And Emma's like, we both done changed. And Sam was like, oh, we changed that much, but maybe down the road, let me know. I'll give you some space, but hey, I'm still here. And Emma's kind of intrigued, but she kind of trying to stand offish. I get it. But then we find out that Annabelle talks to Marie and is like, look, I don't hate you, but I hate you. You killed our parents, but you are my sister. You care about me. But I don't want to be a superhero. I don't want to be a super. I try to hide it as much as possible, but it is what I am. And they kind of come to somewhat of an understanding. Cypher tells like before he sent Vikings, he's telling them like, if you just come back, I'll leave everybody alone, Marie. You just come back and I'll let everybody go. I just want you. And I think his plan is for Supes to be the superior race. That's clearly where it's going, or at least that's what I think Thomas Godolkin's plan is through Cypher. At the end, Marie decides I think she's going back to Cypher and leaves the bunker and try to leave everybody there and trying to sacrifice herself to protect everybody else. And that's kind of where we leave off in the episode. Was this episode good? Yeah, a lot of new revelations, a lot of surprises, gruesome kill, great. The season's starting to pick up again, and I'm here for it. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited where this leads. Now that we have a weapon, kind of a weapon against Homelander, I can see why they will be ending the boys season at season 5, because most likely Marie will kill Homelander or they will kill each other. Something is going to happen of that sort. But I like where they're going with this. Let me know if you think my Cypher theory is correct or if you have a theory about Cypher and what he's doing. Let us know in the comments down below it, all that good stuff. Let us know if you're even watching DNV. I'm digging it. I still love the show. Still great. Still funny. A lot of action. Decent writing at times, but let us know in the comments down below. What do you guys think?
All right. Well, this next story is not as depressing. Like no one died or got
I guess
injured.
that's a positive.
I mean, but still people beefing with each other. Like
True.
so now we're gonna get into the W. They got some issues. So
Really?
last week, WNBA player, I always mess up her name. Napheesa uh,
Oh,
criticized the league commissioner, Kathy, who Napheesa accused of poor leadership and negligence. Players voiced their support for Napheesa about players' compensation and the direction of the league. The criticism comes aimed ongoing CBA negotiations where players feel undervalued despite the league's growth. The WNBA commissioner said, I was disheartened to hear that some players feel the league and me personally do not care about them or listen to them. And if the players in the W don't feel appreciated and valued by the league, then we have to do better, and I have to do better. And she goes on to say, we value feedback, we listen to criticism, we remain committed to engaging in difficult but necessary conversations that ultimately makes us all stronger and better. So the commissioner had a press conference last Friday, right before the WNBA finals started. Which, side note, that has the Las Vegas Aces and Phoenix Mercury playing in the finals right now. But I'll come back to that later. Let's see. Wait, what was that? So yes, the commissioner addressed the criticism from Napheesa, who called the league's leadership the worst in the world. And the commissioner also disputed some inflammatory quotes that were said by Napheesa. Let's see. Wait. Hold on. Face criticism. So, what happened according to Napheesa? She like met with the commissioner during the season. Apparently, they had a one-on-one conversation.
mm,
So Napheesa asked the commissioner how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Paige Beckers, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Allegedly, the commissioner's response was, Caitlin should be grateful she made $16 million off the court because without the platform of the because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. She then goes on to say in that same conversation, Players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. So, the WNBA commissioner, Kathy, she denies making those comments, calling Connor's Napheesa's account inaccurate. She goes on to say, Caitlin has been a transformational player in this league. She has been a great representation of the game. She's brought tens of millions of fans to the game. Clark acknowledged Napheesa's valid points and emphasized the need for strong leadership during this pivotal moment for the WNBA, which is experiencing a surge in popularity due to a arrival of high-profile young players. We must ensure the game's future success through the CBA, player care, and league development. So, and then the commissioner and Napheesa was supposed to meet Monday, but there was reports that Napheesa canceled that meeting, but there was like really. I couldn't at the time when I did look the story up. There was no solid evidence that had happened. It was just rumors. I have to call it a rumor because I didn't see anything at the time when I was looking this up. So yeah, so the WNBA got some. They're going through it right now.
Yeah,
because we even talked about this a few months ago. How players and coaches was complaining about the officiating in games. And how it was getting out of hand. So it seems like that's a big issue. And then the pay is still a big issue. And yeah, so if they can't negotiate and come together during their CBA meeting, they will have a lockout.
Oh, yeah.
The NBA has experienced it before, I believe twice before.
Yeah.
Baseball went through it a while ago. So
Football had a
yeah,
lockout too, right?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't remember.
So it seems like a rite of passage for each sport.
Yeah, it's like it's one of the things where it doesn't happen that often, but it does definitely happen. So, but I don't even imagine what the internet would be like if the WNBA is up with a lockout, because there's a lot of assholes on the internet. So
the question
and
is,
disrespectful people.
how badly would this lockout hurt the WNBA long term?
It would hurt them because you don't want to have you never want to have a lockout, but the WNBA definitely does not want to have a lockout now because they are surging. Like they're trying to get to the point where they're making money and have not been making money. This is these last couple of years is I think revenue wise the best that they've been. So you do not want to mess up the momentum of this train that they have right now, because if they do, it can hurt them severely, in my opinion, because you don't have the momentum going up. Like imagine you going up a steep hill and you get halfway up there and you get tired.
Yeah.
So then you start to slide back down, and then you get somehow you got to gain momentum. Like people, I feel like if they go on lockout, people would lose. The people that have interest in it would lose that interest, and it's going to be hard to get it back because it's a lot. It's a lot going on in the world in general. So you don't want to lose that momentum at all.
Very much so.
You
Like
still want
y'all
to have
had
that.
started to put this product in front of people and started to see the momentum take off, and now you about to take a. I mean, the season's almost done because they're the Aces.
Yep. It's right now the Aces is up 57-45 in the third quarter, and Game 3 of the WNBA Finals Las Vegas leads the series 2-0. So
Okay.
if Las Vegas wins tonight, the season is over tonight.
Okay. And just side note for the people in the comments that told us that you can't call Asia the GOAT, this would be her third title.
Third title, yeah.
Third
Yeah.
title on top of her fourth MVP. Uh, I don't know. I'll have to see if Marcus can look up the stats. I think she has the most. She would probably have the most titles out of any WNBA player, possibly. I don't know if that's true or not yet. We'll let Marcus Google some stuff. But if she is, she's top of the leaderboard. How could you not call her the GOAT of her sport? Like, that's kind of ridiculous. Um, to say that Caitlin Clark is a GOAT, the
Stop
woman
it.
that has won nothing, makes no sense. Yes, you got an incredible shot. Yes, you brought a lot of viewers to the WNBA courts, TVs to watch. 100%, I give you that. No one's taking that away from you. But I can't call you a GOAT. I could call you one of the best to play, but I can't call you a GOAT because a GOAT means you won some things. Uh, that means you were over everybody. Caitlin, you have yet to win anything. I think the last time you won something was maybe high school. Did she even win her high school championship?
I have no idea.
We're gonna have to fact check that, but that might be the last time you won something. So I can't give you that GOAT status.
Ooh,
Now you start putting
yeah.
them W's up, get them championships, you could get that status.
So if the that's crazy. Wow. So Asia would not have the most championships in
Okay.
WNBA history if
Is it
Vegas
Lisa?
wins. No, it's Rebecca Brunson. She has 5
Oh
titles.
geez, I don't even
Sue
know who that
Bird,
is.
I don't either. I'm not even gonna hold you. Sue Bird has 4.
Okay.
Maya Maya Moore. Oh my God, Maya Moore was so dope. She was so dope. She retired early. She has 4. Simone Augustus has 4. Cheryl Swoops has 4. Tia Thompson has 4. Cynthia Cooper has 4. They won a lot when the WNBA first started, and for the Houston Comets. Candace
Okay.
Parker has 3. I will say the person that is kind of regarded as the GOAT in the WNBA is Diana Taurasi.
Mm-hmm.
She has 3, but her career in the WNBA, oh, I don't care. Her career in the WNBA mirrors LeBron's career in the NBA. And I say that because of the longevity of both of their
Gotcha.
careers. They've both played for a really long time and won some championships. They're
Mm-hmm.
both good. I'm not I'm not getting into a GOAT debate with LeBron and who's the GOAT in the NBA. I'm not getting into that. They're both really good players over a longevity of their careers. Because I did look it up. I asked Google who's considered the GOAT in the WNBA, and it was Diana Taurasi.
Okay.
I mean,
I can respect that.
I know Diana Taurasi was dope. Like, she was really good. The only thing that I didn't like about Taurasi, like, her like when Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese was coming in the league, she's like, oh, it's going to be different. They're not going to be doing what they did in
Yeah.
college.
I don't
Nah,
think she
this is a
should have did
different game. And boy, was she
that.
wrong. They came in and lit it up. So
Yeah, she that was a fumble on her part right there. That was a fumble. Okay.
as
Okay.
as of right now, Asia, Asia Wilson been balling these finals. Her and Jackie Young balling. As of right now, Asia has 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. And
Okay.
it is 6:12 left in the third quarter.
What's the
Yeah,
score?
62-51 Aces, Las Vegas.
Okay. Okay. Most likely they'll be holding up the banner tonight
Oh,
for the Las Vegas
yeah,
Aces.
yeah, I sure hope so. I sure hope
So
so.
Asia is on the road to Gotham. I think she got it. She probably play another what 5 6 years, right?
Probably. Well, we'll see what the WNBA do.
Yeah, the WNBA is around. Yeah, she could
Yeah,
play. So we'll see.
because how old?
Mm.
She's 29.
Oh yeah, she got plenty of
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Plenty of time. Okay.
Do
So
your thing, Asia. Shout out
she
to
gotta
Asia.
win. She gotta win five to be at the top,
Yeah,
or at least tie the top. But if she wins five on top of all her MVPs, that'll put her at the top.
I
Honestly.
mean, four-time MVP. Assuming they, win this one, she'll be a four-time MVP and a three-time champion. That's good. Like I said before, even if you do not consider to go, she's in a conversation. You're
Yeah,
not go,
definitely.
don't be
Definitely.
disrespectful with your dumbass takes. She's in a conversation.
Definitely. Definitely.
And get out
Well,
of the comments with this Caitlin Clark stuff. She like nothing against her, but she's always injured. Like
she's a good player. No one
she's
says
a
she's
good
not a good
player.
player. But stop making her bigger than she is. Until she wins a championship,
Yeah,
she's just a good player. That's all.
she's a good player.
That's
Yeah.
all.
So
Honestly.
we gonna leave it at that. We gonna leave it
Yeah.
at that.
But speaking of conversations, let's get into the latest episode of Peacemaker,
Oh shit.
episode 7.
Here we go.
Episode 7. What was the title of this episode? I forgot what it was. Let me see.
Why people
Uh,
cannot watch an episode and understand what's happening when there's a swastika on the damn flag.
what is it? Media literacy is at an all-time low right now. All-time low.
Is that the name
But
of the
the
episode?
episode, huh? That's not the that no.
Oh,
That would be
I was
great.
hoping.
That
I
would be
was hoping that was the
great.
name of the episode. Oh, I was hoping that was the name of the episode.
No. The name of the episode is Like a Keith in the Night. Very interesting title. So, like, as we left you with the last episode of Peacemaker, Peacemaker learns that he's in Earth X dimension. And we learned through this episode that the Nazis won World War II, which they took over Earth itself, it seems like, or at least America and Germany. We have to assume that. I don't know if it's the whole Earth, but safe to assume the whole Earth. I guess in the comic books, Earth X has a Nazi Superman, a Nazi Wonder Woman, and a Nazi Flash. I could be wrong with that. I'm not gonna lie, I've never read this comic and the comic this is based off of. So I've just what I've seen on the internet, that's all I can go by. But you have superpower beings that are Nazis, are okay with the alt right itself. But as we left in the episode, Peacemaker and Harcourt are trying to get away from Earth X Argus because they got found out that Harcourt is not from here, it's another dimension. Small shout out to JB and the Spud on TikTok because they was in the comments defending one of our clips where everybody talked about what was going on in this episode, but people kept saying we were reaching. When James Gunn himself came out and said, yes, that's what this episode's about. This episode's about race. We're talking about race. We're talking about the differences and the privileges people have in this. And yes, no one said Peacemaker was a racist, but we do know he is stupid. But we do know he's a white man who has white privilege. Yes, his family was in this universe, but also he had the privilege not to worry about certain things of other people would have to worry about. other minorities would have to worry about. Because clearly, the moment Abs went outside, she had to worry about that instantly. And let's not try to make it seem like other white people in the show didn't notice there was something going on in this world that was weird. Hardcore clocked it right away. The fact that Peacemaker didn't makes him a little oblivious to things, but also shows his privilege to things. But on top of that, there was a whole mural of Hitler that he just acted like he didn't see. It was a mural of Hitler. At no point in time would you go, huh, look at that. Why y'all got that? What's up with that? He didn't do that. And there was also like the book, I guess Hitler's book or whatever book he did was on each table at Argus. And she was like, "You didn't notice that book?" He was like, "I don't read. You know, I don't get these muscles from reading," which that Peacemaker, that makes sense. But the bigger thing is it's going to be real hard for, well, it's not real hard. It's clearly hard for some James Gunn fan to see what he's doing with this slice of this universe that he's telling and part of the story he's telling to reflect on real life things that are going on. Because it correlates so closely to the things that are going on with ICE, with them locking up Americans that they think are immigrants because they have different skin. The correlation to our Earth, to their Earth, it's pretty blatant. He's trying to say something, trying to say something a little deeper, and he's doing it in a comic book story to give it a little more relevance to people who like this stuff but don't see the obvious things of the world in this stuff that kind of gets brushed under the rug. Um, but we learned that Judo Master is okay right now. Judo Master actually saves Abs, and they have this little quick funny story of him saying, "I killed. This is the first time I've killed 20 people in a swimming pool with electricity." She was like, "What was the number before?" He was like, "4." So he got his numbers up. But Judo Master saves her, and they have a real heart to heart where she's kind to defending Chris to Judo Master, and Judo Master was like, "Chris is a dumbass. He's a stupid. How would he say this is a paradise and it's a Nazi world?" And she's like, "Look, he's not racist. We're best friends. He's one of my best friends. I'm one of his best friends. He's not racist. He is stupid, but he's not racist. Like, yes, I'm pretty sure he didn't even notice these things, but that leads to his privilege being able to have to not notice these things." But her and Judo Master have a real heart to heart and learn about each other a little bit. After their last time they were introduced to each other, she was shocking him with a stun gun over and over again, which is hilarious. I forgot about that in season one. But then we learned that Chris's dad in Earth X, he has economists tied up, learns everything about him, learns what's going on. He gets Keith to come back to the house because they have a problem solved now. We also learned that Chris's dad in this universe is not a Nazi. Like in our regular universe, he's Nazi, KKK member, 100%. In this universe, he's not a Nazi, which is a weird turn, but very interesting. James Gunn is trying to say something very deep here too. Um, I'll come back to that. Also, James Gunn is still doing a love story in this. Chris and Hardcore are still there's still a love story there, and them trying to escape from Argus. They ride the Peace motorcycle, and she leans her head against his back while they're riding away, and he holds her hand. He's telling a love story within this bigger story, which is really good. It's a good love story. It works. Um, they end up going back to. They end up getting saved by his dad and Keith, and they like, "Hey, if you two want to live, come with us." And they go back to the mansion, and that's where we learn about Chris's dad not necessarily being a Nazi, not being a Nazi at all, and he has this real powerful speech where he talks about, hey, look, your world might be perfect, but this is a world that I was birthed into. I didn't make this world. This is the world I was given, and I am just doing what I can in this world. Like took a real, he got really upset when Vigilante called him a Nazi. He was like, "I'm not a Nazi. Don't call me that. I'm doing what I can in this world. I'm fighting the monsters I can in this world." So he's fighting the kaiju and kind of fighting the cops to an extent, but not fully. But he's like, I'm doing the battles I can do. You probably fight all the wrongdoing you see in your world, which put another mirror up to people because there's a lot of terrible things that happen that we kind of just sweep under the rug and don't talk about. Homelessness, police brutality, violence on other humans, just normal violence, white collar crimes, not helping children. There's a lot of stuff we've gotten numb to, and we just say that's part of life, and we've got numb to and stop fighting against. And he's kind of like, yeah, I'm fighting the fight I can fight. I can't fight the whole world, but I can fight this one kaiju and make a difference in that. And it was kind of trying to make him not sympathetic, but see a different side of this character, which I thought was interesting, but also reflected a different side to us that we don't pay attention to anymore. But of course, he gets killed. He gets stabbed. Vigilante does stab him in the throat. He does kill him. And Chris is so upset because this is his family. This is his family. That's his dad. That's his brother. So when Vigilante kills his brother, he's like, "Why are you guys doing this?" And he's upset. And I get it. And I'm not upset that he's upset because that is his father. As a part of his father, he always wants it. But this is not your world. And they eventually leave. And I've seen a lot of comments in other people's videos where people were like, "Why did they leave that dimension? Why didn't they try to stop them?" And it's like, first of all, they're not going to be able to fight the whole world. And that dimension, they have actual superpower beings that are Nazis are on that side. They're not going to be able to free all these people from these camps they have them caged up and whatnot. Secondly, their whole job was to go there and get Chris and come back to their dimension. That was their job. It was a rescue mission. It wasn't a dethrone a world of their racist beliefs system. That wasn't the mission. So I kind of understand that. And this is a whole nother dimension. That's not their place to do that. But as they do leave, some people think that Vigilante switched. So our Vigilante stayed in that dimension and Earth X version did Vigilante came to our dimension. I don't know if that's true or not. We'll see in the next episode. But when they do come back, Rick Flag has Lex Luthor's guy, the guy that you remember in Superman where Mr. Terrific was like, this guy was like, "I can help you close a dimensional rift," and Mr. Terrific was like, "Bitch, I'm Mr. Terrific. I don't need your help." So that guy was on this episode, and he's an expert in dimensions, and he wrote a program to find Peacemaker's dimension door. So Argus went to Vigilante house and arrested all of them when they came back, and they gave them the door. So they had the door, and Peacemaker was like, "Hey, this was all me. They came to get me and make me bring the door back. Don't lock them up. This is on me." So they arrested Peacemaker, and they kind of letting everybody else go. It was a pretty good episode. James Gunn said episodes 6, 7, and 8 were gonna be like epic episodes. So far, episode 6 was pretty good. Episode 7, pretty good too. I'll give it out of 10. I don't think I gave a score for 6. I gave 6. I'll give 6 an 8. I'll give this one a 7. But the end credit, no, the trailer for next week episode, we see that Argus is actually going through the dimensional doors and checking out different dimensions and doing terrible stuff in those dimensions and trying to, I don't know what they're looking for, but it can't be good. But we'll see what happens in the last. That's going to be a season finale for season 2 uh, tomorrow, actually, because we record on Wednesday and this comes out Thursday. But yeah, we'll have that episode. But as of right now, depending on what they do in that episode, this could be a really good season. Like they can clip this season really good, and I still say season as of right now, season 1 is still better to me, but season 2 is really close to being right there with season 1. Um, but yeah, side note, I will be getting in the comments and talking to y'all about that TikTok we did, and I'm gonna get in there. I was busy this week, so I had time to be in there, but I got time today, so I'll be in them comments talking to y'all, rebutting y'all. But yeah, pretty good episode. Like we say all the time, hit us in the comments. Let us know what you thought about the episode, and actually take a second to really watch the episode and see what they're telling you. And don't accuse somebody of reaching when you didn't see what they showed you right in your face. And the director slash writer of that episode told you the same thing. Don't say we reaching.
But
Just
the
understand you
crazy
don't see what's going on.
is that, but all the sides in the episode shows exactly what it is. So in a sense, the people that's in the comments that says he's reaching or claim that this one made me laugh. They claim that we have more rights. Now I'm like,
Yeah, that was wild.
there's a mural of Hitler. There was a Hitler's book on the table.
Yep.
There's a swastika on the flag.
Very
How
blatantly.
how are we reaching when
Yeah.
all the signs are there?
All the signs.
That is the definition of white privilege. There it is right there. If all the signs are there and you blatantly ignore it, it's right there in your face and you don't want to see it because it doesn't affect you. That is indeed what white privilege is, people. For those of you who don't understand, just think it's just a term that's made up. It's a real
Yeah.
thing. It's when something that's going on in the world and you see it and it's right in your face, but it doesn't affect you, so you don't care about it because you don't have to care about it because it doesn't bother you. That is the
And
privilege. You have the
oh,
privilege of keep living your life with something that's going on and it doesn't affect you. That is the privilege.
yeah. And you benefit from it without having to do anything. You still benefited from it because his dad and Keith benefited from that white privilege in that in Earth X. They still benefited because they were able to be heroes in that world. They were able to be successful in that world, and it all because they were white. That helped them be able to do that. Even with amongst all the other white people, they were still able to be pushed up because of them, and they were reaping the benefits and not even understanding they're reaping those benefits in that world.
But
And
also
that happens in our world.
the Nazi in the episode, the Nazis won World War II. So that in itself tells you all you need to know about what was
Yeah.
happening. So
But the funny thing is, I know Vigilante was talking to the other Vigilante, and he was like, I guess your world's a paradise. He's like, no, we still have some of the same problems. Ours not as extreme as you guys are, but we still have those same issues.
yeah,
And even Abs and Judo Master were talking, and they were like, yeah, our world isn't that much different still. It's different, but still we still have these same problems, and we won the war. So what did that say? Uh, but yeah, that's sign us out, Marcus.
yeah, because I have nothing else to say. Um, I'll just one more update. Uh, Las Vegas is up 74-59 with 27 seconds left in the third.
Uh,
So that's how I'm end that. Like, subscribe to the pod, hit that like button. YouTube likes it, the algorithm. Hit that, yeah, subscribe so you know whenever we drop an episode. Check us out on all our social media platforms. The link is in the description. Uh, repost, retweet, whatever. Like we appreciate you guys coming to our clips and commenting. So to continue to do that, it's some of the comments are very interesting, but we enjoy it. So
my headphones died, so that means it's time to go.
You can leave us voice message too. Links down below.
Yeah.
Hit us with the
Forgot
voice
about that.
message. But appreciate you guys coming watching. Peace.
Please.